Well, in the upcoming 59th match of the Indian Premier League 2024, the Gujarat Titans are gearing up to clash against Chennai Super Kings, right, at the iconic Narendra Modi Stadium, captained by Rituraj Gaikwad. Chennai stands fourth in the points table with 6 wins out of the 11 matches, while Gujarat, led by Shubman Gill, finds themselves at the bottom of the 4 victories, both teams having won 3 matches in the previous encounters. The stage is set for an intense battle where neither side holds a clear advantage. Very rarely it happens, especially at this end of the tournament. Gujarat's highest score against Chennai stands at 214, while Chennai's highest against Gujarat is 206 runs, promising a thrilling contest. In another IPL news, the Punjab Kings faced elimination from the playoff last night and suffering a defeat in the hands of the Royal Challengers Bengaluru. Bangalore's commanding victory comes in by Virat Kohli's 92 runs and has kept their chances for playoffs alive. Wasn't Sadanand Vishwanath predicting this? Yes. And he's got the t-shirt on, and I'm going to be introducing you to Sadanand Vishwanath very soon. But in the meanwhile, last night was a fairy tale ending for RCB. They managed to score at higher runs than they usually do. Bowling in the match, Punjab came in pretty weak and they could not hold on to their ground. That was the end of it. Well, we'll shift our focus to today's game right now. We have 2 of our guests who are trying to catch up with us. I think their problem with the frame, one is from London, the other is from Bangalore. I think the traffic is equally bad. Let's go on with Tatinda. Tatinda Ziambe, the cricket analyst from South Africa and Zimbabwe, who's in our studios. Tatinda, a quick word. What does the playoff means for these 2 teams in today's match, CSK and Gujarat Titans?
Well, for Gujarat, this is must win. If they fail to win today's game, then they are eliminated. Whereas for CSK, they can perhaps afford a loss today, but in the grand scheme of things, they need to win because the teams all around them. Let's not forget Sunrisers Hyderabad just the other day were in the same position. You've got the Delhi Capitals also breathing down their necks. You even have RCB, Mr. Sutherland is also going to have some words to say over there. So it's more of a must win for Gujarat, and it's going to be interesting to see if Gujarat can overcome their batting woes. I'm sure we're going to get into much of that just now, but for now, must win for Gujarat, and for CSK, also kind of a must win.
Very quick to Sadanand Vishwanath. So, welcome to the show. It's a great honor to have you, but more importantly, apart from the honor and the pleasure, just want to know, where did you get all the optimism and how did you foresee that RCB is going to win 3 of their last matches? I mean, unfathomable truth. You're doing what David Brooks does, predicting it right. How did you get it that?
Well, I think with all your encouragement and all your good wishes, Sunil, sometimes it works that way. So thank you very much for your good wishes and your encouragement, and that's why I'm getting it right. Well, Virat Kohli, the supreme artist, and Rajat Patidar, they conjured up a separate 50s, and Virat got a fantastic 92 of just 47 balls. And this was, Virat's innings was really the cornerstone of the RCB victory last night. And of course, in reply, the opponents were Punjab Kings, and they really also, he put up a resolute show with a 27-ball 61. But Karan Sharma, the leg spinner from RCB, the twin strike, triggered a collapse on Punjab, and they were all out for 181 in 17 overs. And at one stage, they were 127 for 5, somewhere in the middle overs, and they could never really recover from there. So I think, really. I think now RCB are on their way. They just need 2 more wins to make the playoffs, and they have a slim chance of making the playoffs. And last night's performance.
Well, the chance was always there, and you highlighted it 3 matches ago.
Yeah, the bowlers who came to the party,
Absolutely. Well, David Brooks, we come to that part of the tournament where every team seems to have a chance. But 2 observations. A, today there is a match between last year's finalist, CSK and Gujarat Titans. And this time, unfortunately, Gujarat Titans are at 10. But the question is not CSK at 3 and Gujarat at 10. But the point is, just imagine, if Gujarat were to win today, they still have a chance for playoffs. Do you think this makes it a complete mathematical and an Excel sheet rather than the drawing board and the cricket pitch? Your views?
Well, good day, Sunil. I think that, yeah, there's just as much riding on it as there was yesterday. The question is, who is going to be the Virat Kohli today? I mean, we saw vintage Virat Kohli yesterday with his that wonderful innings of his, and of course the run out that kind of changed the course of the match as well and paid to the run chase. So, I mean, who's going to stand up? And can Shubman Gill play the Virat Kohli role? That's the question. It's a very tall order for him today.
David Brooks, which part of the world are you at currently?
Well, you've got the wonderful Kennington Oval behind us, Sunil, where I met with you just last year. And we've got county cricket season in full swing here. Surrey against Warwickshire today, with Kemar Roach and various other people on display. Ollie Pope, not called Sam Cohen. He's got other more important matters on his hands in the IPL. He's not playing for Surrey today. But it's the wonderful Kennington Oval, Sunil, that you'll know
Any update of the other Surrey bowler who seems to be practicing in Barbados?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of teams practicing in Barbados. I mean, Jofra, he's done very well at the club level. The question is whether Jofra Archer can reproduce it against slightly higher quality opposition.
Well, we come back to our studio guest. Titinda, just take us through the overall situation when it comes to how is it a must-win for CSK/Gujarat. Take us through the point tables.
Okay, so right now, as you rightfully pointed out, Gujarat are 10th. However, they are in it with a mathematical chance. Sudananza RCB are 2 points ahead of them. They win this game, they are now level with them. So it will come down to perhaps, I think, net run rate should it get to that situation. Meanwhile, CSK, they're 4th. And they know that more or less, depending on how results go, if they can win at least 2 of their final games, they more or less mathematically might see themselves getting over the finish line. And it would be quite an accomplishment because, you know, considering the amount of injuries that they've had to deal this season, we spoke about...
Just hold upon that. Sanjay Rawal, thank you for joining. He is the Cricket Development Manager for English Cricket Board. Sanjay, welcome to the show. When you walk into an all-crucial game with 3 of your top fast bowlers not being present, how do you deal with that situation? Come on.
It's a very tricky question when you got no firepower in your bowling lineup. But I think Gujarat Titan this year has not been really up to the standard of what they have delivered last 2 seasons. I think, you asked about the bowler side of it. I mean, Umesh Yadav has been benched, I think, today's match,
yes.
And a few others as well. So, I mean, it's a catch-22 question here, you know. So, I think Gujarat Titan and CSK both, I think, got a weakness of a bowling side. I think CSK has got a little over it, but I think that's the situation at the moment.
Absolutely. Very interesting question. David Brooks. Dhoni, your favorite cricketer in the world as well, apart from Virat Kohli. Dhoni came into bat at number 9 in CSK's last game, and rumours were rampant after the game that it was because of Dhoni had a muscle injury. However, Fleming was quick to pull it down by calling it a strategy and workload. Don't worry about the position. It's a time of the game that we're looking at, Fleming said at the pre-game press conference we've seen earlier on. Now, you've got 3 of the top bowlers not performing. Your middle order seems little feeble, and Dhoni has lost his Midas touch. What do you have to say about that if you were to be sporting the CSK jersey today?
Well, I think it's time for one of the middle order, Mr. Jadeja, to come and step forward because this is a game for the big players to make their mark. And you've got Jadeja and Dubé in that middle order, and they've got to make their contribution today. I mean, the skipper's Gaikwad's had a fantastic tournament, and he's now going to be relying on that middle order to chip in. And yet, Dhoni will have his cameo, seems to be being sent in just for the last couple of overs. But there's enough strength, I think, in the CSK team, notwithstanding the fact that they've lost 3 of their bowlers. Of course, they're going to miss Patirano a lot. because he's been one of the finds, one of the real eye-catching bowlers of this tournament.
Well, good point you made. Coming back to Sanjay Rawal. Sanjay Rawal, you've been watching very closely the Gujarat team. Now, you're a Gujarati Manas yourself. You followed this very closely and you've got some great friends in the Gujarat team and Titans. Let me ask you a very pointed question. Saha and Gill are under the spotlight, which is all right. Saha has 58 runs in the last 4 games and Gill has 59 runs in the last 4 matches. Now, how do you defend the top guys scoring in that fashion and in that order? Sanjay Rawal.
Well, I mean, what they have done this year, I mean, it's a bit disappointed. I mean, you won't expect something from Gill. 322 runs in 11 innings and 32-20. This is an average strike at 137. As per Saha, I mean, he's a specialized pinch hitter for this setup that they have.
He's like the Sunil Narayan of that team. Suddenly he's lost his touch.
Right. Correct. But I mean, it's tricky. I mean, these guys, I mean, I don't know what has been gone through in their mind and everything. When it comes to a certain level, they perform well. And I think they get really get carried on from there on as well. So I think, well, we never know. Today, Gill might surprise us with something fantastic what Virat Kohli did yesterday. So,
but Sanjay, let me interrupt you here. It's not just the batting which is a problem. The bowling looks equally bad. Mohit Sharma was once in the first half was one of the better bowlers. 10 wickets, 10 innings. He's your highest wicket taker with Noor Ahmed, 8 wickets. Rashid Khan, of course, the leg spinner, the most loved franchisee player. He's languishing with 8 wickets. And Sai Kishore, 7. What do you make of that?
I think well, I mean, as per Rashid Khan, I think he had an operation as well. So I don't know.
So why come and play? Why come and make yourself available?
Why he actually was a match fit? Was it, I mean, you don't expect from a leg spinner at that caliber. But I mean, every players, every bowlers has their days, and I mean, we ask for consistent performance of every player, but sometimes you have to sort of, give and take in that. But I mean, obviously, failing after failing and not taking and delivering to the team, that's a little bit of a question mark to be answered by the management and the coaching staff.
Absolutely. Tell me, if you were the management, which you are in some stage, you're very senior in the cricketing world, I just want to ask you, if you were to come across like this player, how would you react to it?
Well, I mean,
highly entitled and overpaid.
I will only, I mean, I'll get them the opportunity, play fearless, go out and enjoy your game. Don't, I think there are people who put up a lot of the expectation is too high from the player. Obviously, they are highly paid and everything like that. But I mean, in my situation, I would let them just go out and enjoy your game. I mean, like Virendra Sehwag used to do. Like when he used to open a batting, he never, he just did his own way. So I think the management should sort of back away from the coaching staff. Let the coaching staff deal with it, because they're the one who are on the field, and they are the one who are 24/7 with them in the camp and everything. So they know better. And let them get on with it. So, but I think it's look, I mean, Gujarat Titan, it's a bit sad for them this year, but hopefully they'll come back fighting next year. I mean, who knows, after this change over captain and some, conflict is going on here and there and all that thing. And it's probably have impacted Gujarat altogether in this situation.
Well, you're talking about conflict. David Brooks, we've seen far too often the conflict. The conflict emerged with Lucknow team, then there was Mumbai Indians, and now it's Gujarat Titans. Where does the entire thing of conflict comes from, David? Have you seen this situation on a recurring basis like it is coming right now? The players are not happy with the management is not happy with the players, the overall support staff is not happy with the canteen guy is not happy with their behavior, the accurate guy. I mean, it's a nightmare. What do you make of this situation?
Well, yeah, I have seen it before, Sunil. I saw it amongst the England team in the World Cup.
Go on, speak up. That's good.
What you've just described there, where you haven't got complete, clear direction between the coach and the players on the field. That was clearly the problem. The coach and the captain was the problem. It's a lot on Shubman Gill's shoulders. You know, the first year as captain, he's got that key role in the batting. I don't want to compare him to Joss Butler and what happened to him in the World Cup. But going back to your first question, I think, you know, it's a very, very tough call now for Shubman Gill to carry this team.
David Brooks, you've seen professional English cricket for far too long. Tell me, does this situation emerge, or is it a new kind of phenomena where entitlement seeps in and suddenly expectations go high because of the big bucks?
Well, yeah, the big bucks can. I mean, I don't think you could accuse Shubman Gill of a sense of entitlement. You know, he's done everything a young captain can really do in these circumstances. As you say, without that really clear direction from the coach off the field, it's asking a lot from him. So, yeah, we've seen it before, but the big bucks put additional pressure on the players.
So from Kensington Oval in London, David Brooks, who are you backing tonight and why?
Okay, I'm backing CSK. Even with a depleted bowling attack, I think they've got too much class for the Titans. There's too much riding on it for the Titans, and I think CSK will come out victorious today.
Absolutely. Sadanan Vishwanath, your parting remarks on who's going to be winning the match today.
Well, definitely Chennai. Chennai will win because Ruturaj Gaikwad is just one run away from the orange cap, which is now with Virat Kohli. And then Chennai will also look to the form of Shivam Dube after his two successive golden ducks. And also the spin department, the spin duo of the Moeen Ali and Ravindra Jadeja will play a very big role for Chennai. I think Chennai have enough firepower to win this one and try and slowly come into the playoffs.
Well, absolutely. Sanjay Rawal, last quick 30 seconds. Your verdict, and before we move on to Titinda and why.
CSK is all the way. I mean, they look very strong on the paper. I think, like Vishwanath ji said about the guy, what's his name? Ruturaj
Gaikwad.
Gaikwad, is it? Yeah. So I think
great.
He's another one to be
CSK.
watched out.
So we have 3 out of 3 for CSK. Titinda, do you have another verdict?
Unfortunately, it's going to be a clean sweep, but not because just of the stats, but I think the fire, I don't see the same drive, the same commitment to win anymore from Gujarat. I think CSK, they've got a lot more to feel that they can play for than Gujarat at this moment in time. So
just one quick last, before we wrap up in 30 seconds. Any news about KL Rahul? Sadanan Vishwanath, we're talking about one story that's been doing round on social media about KL Rahul, not too happy the way he's been schooled. Any update?
KL Rahul's update you want, Sunil?
Any update on KL Rahul's and the team franchise owners' little fracas that happened on pitch? Do you have any update on that? Anything that you've heard? Anything that you want to add on to it?
Can I chip in?
Yes, quickly.
See, there's a 5-day gap before the next match.
Right.
And, the LSG boys have just 2 more matches.
Right.
So I think, the latest grapevine has it that KL Rahul will continue to lead. And I think the franchise owner has kind of patched up with him, or he has patched up with the franchise owner. They have gone into a private, confidential conversation. And I'm sure that they both are now not at loggerheads with each other, but they've become friendly once again. So let's hope all is well. And KL Rahul continues to lead and continues to do well for LSG.
Well, the grapevine is out, and our star Golden Gloves wicketkeeper has already confirmed on our news channel that KL Rahul is going to lead in the next match as well. They're made up, and it's all that we were looking at. All the fans that were hoping that the good things emerge out of this fracas, but that's all we had time for. I thank all my guests. I thank my studio guests, my statisticians, my analysts for putting this show together.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.